elementary and middle school, I think about how much technology in the classroom have changed. I remember how computers were scarce throughout the school. To save documents, you had to use a floppy disk, and the internet was dial-up. Today's classroom has more than I could ever imagine, with computers, iPads, laptops, smartboards, and document cameras, just to name a few. Internet for Educators has taught me how to use these different devices, social media, and internet in my classroom. When teachers bring social media into the classroom, it helps make learning authentic for their students. Skype allows students to learn from experts in other classes around the world. Twitter and Instagram allow them to promote what they are learning in class and participate in activities such as the Math Photo a Day Challenge. Your class is able to see how other students and classes are solving those challenges. These are just a few ways social media can be used in your classroom. Social media has taken the world by storm. It is the primary way our students communicate with one another. By bringing social media into the classroom, it is important for our students to learn about digital identity and digital footprints. Digital identity is who you are online. It is important for students to be themselves and not hide behind an online identity. This includes your username, password, photographs, avatars, and the accounts you create, such as Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, and Facebook. Digital footprint is the mark you leave on the internet. Students need to learn that everything they do online can be traced back to them, from the comments they leave on their friends' photos, to the photos that they publish, and the sites that they visit. Teaching our students about internet safety will help keep our students safe when using different social media sites and other online sites.
As a high school student, I prefer to be on social media than paying attention to my teacher read Shakespeare A Midsummer Night's Dream. It would be cool if my teacher will allow us to use technology to learn more about it. It would be great to tweet or Skype with another class. When I know my work is going to be published online for others to see, like blogging, it makes me put more effort and I find I learn more. Using technology for learning Instagram or Popcorn Maker helps me engage in the lesson.
Students get very excited when they're able to use social media or technology in the classroom. Smartphones are a great device for students to be able to access information online. Many teachers are scared that if they allow these devices in their classroom, their students will not pay attention during the lesson or waste valuable class time. Teachers need to develop trust with their students. This relationship of trust is important to build when incorporating the use of technology and devices in your classroom. During one of my placements, I had to develop that level of trust with my students. I had my students use their smartphones for a photo editing project. My students were stunned when I told them to bring their phones to class. There were challenges faced when some students were done before others, and the limited Wi-Fi access the school had. My students did prove that they can be trusted with their smartphones. Here are a few examples of students' photo editing projects showing the before and after products. I vow to be the teacher who inspires my students to want to learn and continue to learn more. I vow to engage my students through the use of different technologies. I vow to introduce my students to new experiences through mediums like Skype and Twitter, where they can meet experts and converse with other classes. I vow to keep parents up to date with what their children are learning through a classroom blog. I want my students to be hands-on and creative, rather than just memorizing facts for tests. I will use what I have learned from ICT and Internet for Educators to teach my students about digital citizenship, digital footprints, and their digital identity. I will ensure that my students learn about online safety and privacy settings for social mediums. I will introduce my students to using technology in the classroom to enhance learning. I will be a 21st century teacher.